Hello everyone and welcome back to another session. If you are joining for the very first time, my name is Hannah Grace and welcome to the book club. So today I just wanted to do my book outlet haul for the month of December. Now if you don't know what the book outlet is, it is this amazing website. They sell ridiculously discounted books and they have all kinds of books on there, and I always check to see if the book outlet has a book that I want before I go and I look anywhere else or I buy it anywhere else because like I mentioned, I am a broke community college student, so your girl's gonna try and save as much as she can. So now the first book on my list I am super excited about because I've had it on my TBR since high school, and that is The Witch Hunter by Virginia Boecker. Now, if you like wizards, witches, magic, and kingdoms, then you are for sure going to like this book, and I'm going to read the synopsis so that you guys can check it out if you are interested. Elizabeth Grey is one of the king's best witch hunters, devoted to rooting out witchcraft and dueling out justice. But when she's accused of being a witch herself, Elizabeth is arrested and sentenced to burn at the stake. Salvation comes from a man she thought was her enemy, Nicholas Preoval, the most powerful and dangerous wizard in the kingdom, offers her a deal. He will save her from execution if she can break the deadly curse that has been laid upon him. But Nicholas and his followers know nothing of Elizabeth's witch hunting past. If they find out, the stake will be the least of her worries. And as she's thrust into the magical world of witches, ghosts, pirates, and one all too handsome healer, Elizabeth is forced to redefine her ideas of right and wrong, of friends and enemies, and of love and hate. So that sounds definitely so interesting. I seriously cannot wait to read this. So the next one is Taken by Erin Bowman. Now this has a more of a dystopic theme to it, and it is from the point of view of a young man, and this cover is absolutely beautiful as well. And I'm going to read the inside synopsis. There are no men in clay soot. There are boys, but every one of them vanishes at midnight on his 18th birthday. The ground shakes, the wind howls, a blinding light descends, and he's gone. They call it the Heist. Gray Weatherby's 18th birthday is mere months away, and when he's prepared to meet his fate, until he finds a strange note from his mother and starts to question everything he's been raised to accept: the council leaders and their obvious secrets, the Heist itself, and what lies beyond the wall that surrounds clay soot, a structure that no one else can cross and survive. So this is definitely really, really interesting, and it's, I think, a great book for like young guys to read, like teenage boys to read, because as we've seen in a lot of YA, a lot of the perspectives are from a girl, and for some reason guys are really off-put by that. So I highly recommend you guys pick this one up, and I can't wait to read it. So now this book has been fairly popular, and it is A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. Hopefully I'm saying her last name right. Now this is a retelling of Sherlock Holmes and Watson, and this cover is really, really pretty. I like the whole contrast with the neon pink and all of the dark blue that is in here. And I'm going to read the inside cover. The last thing Jamie Watson wants is a rugby scholarship to Sheffingford, a Connecticut prep school just an hour away from his estranged father. But that's not the only complication. Sheffingford is also home to Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective's great-great-great-granddaughter, who has inherited not only Sherlock's genius but also his volatile temperament. From everything Jamie has heard about Charlotte, it seems safer to admire her from afar. From the moment they meet, there's a tense energy between them, and they seem more destined to be rivals than anything else. But when a Sheffingford student dies under suspicious circumstances, ripped straight from the most terrifying of Sherlock Holmes stories, Jamie can no longer afford to keep his distance. Jamie and Charlotte are being framed for murder, and the only Charlotte can clear their names. But danger is mounting, and nowhere is safe, and the only people they can trust are each other. So I cannot wait to start this. I know that there's another book after this, so as soon as I'm done with this, I'm definitely going to pick up that one, and hopefully you guys are interested as well. So now the next book I've had on my TBR list since high school, and it is The Dragon's Price by Bethany Wiggins. Now, this book has dragons and princesses and kingdoms and really handsome princes in it. So obviously lots of fantasy, so if you're interested, I would definitely pick this up. And the inside synopsis says, for centuries, an age-old binding spell protecting 2 kingdoms from a powerful fire dragon has required a sacrifice to renew its power. The Feodorian princess must choose whether to offer herself in marriage to an enemy prince or give her life to the deadly creature. Everyone expects the sheltered princess Sorrowlin to choose the barbarian over the beast. Everyone, that is, except Sorrow, who is determined to control her own destiny or die trying. As Sorrow is lowered into the dragon's chamber, she assumes her life is over until Galmor, the young prince she just burned, follows her with the hopes of being her hero and slaying the dragon. But the dragon has a different plan. If the dragon wins, it will be freed from the spell that has bound it to the cave for centuries. If Sorrow or Glamour vanquishes the dragon, the victor will gain its treasure. So, this book definitely looks like a quick read. It's not too thick. There is definitely a book after this as well, so depending on how good this one is, I will pick up that one. And yeah, so this one has a really very strong female character in it, a handsome prince, a dragon that just wants to kill everyone with its fire, so definitely sounds interesting, and if you are, I would pick it up. So now this next book is called Strange Sweet Song by Ad I Rule. Saying that right again. And this one has a lot to do with music and dark forest and kind of paranormal along the lines. And the inside, outside Dunhammond Conservatory, there lies a dark forest. And in the forest, they say there's a great beast called the Felix. But Sing Da Nevli never put much faith in the rumors and myths surrounding the school. Music flows in her blood, and she is there to sing. This prestigious academy will finally give her the chance to prove her worth, not as the daughter of the world-renowned musicians, but as an artist and leading lady in her own right. Yet, despite her best efforts, there seems to be something missing from her voice. Her doubts about her own talent increase when she is cast as the understudy in the school's production of her favorite opera, Angelique. Angelique was written at Dunhammond, and legend says that the composer was inspired by the forest surrounding the school, a place steeped in history, magic, and danger. But it all a figment of his imagination, or are the fantastic figures in the opera more than imaginary? Sing must work with the mysterious apprentice Nathan Day Swoomer as her vocal coach, who is both her harshest critic and staunchest advocate. But Nathan has secrets of his own, secrets that are intertwined with the myths and legends surrounding Dunhammond. So, that sounds really interesting. I've had this on my TBR for a very, very long time. And it's definitely something different than I've read of anything surrounding kind of like a preparatory school type setting. So I'm definitely interested to see where this story goes. And I also really like this cover. It looks a little bit, kind of reminds me a little bit of Red Riding Hood, how she's in this red dress and then she's going onto the forest where it's very dark and dangerous. So now this next book is I think probably the newest on out of these books, and it is Long May She Reign by Raihanan Thomas. Once again, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering this name. This, I think, is a retelling of, I can't think of if it's either Sleeping Beauty or Beauty and the Beast, but it's definitely kind of along those lines of some of those popular fairy tales. And absolutely loving this cover. It's like a kind of like a potion bottle, and then we see the castle inside, which will make sense once I read the synopsis to you guys. So, Feyre was never meant to be queen. At 23rd in line to the throne, she never dreamed of a life in the palace and would much rather research in her laboratory than participate in the intrigues of the court. However, when an extravagant banquet turns deadly and the king and those close to him are poisoned, Feyre suddenly finds herself on the throne. She may have escaped the massacre, but she is far from safe. The nobles don't respect her, her counselors want to control her, and with the mystery of who killed the king still unsolved, she knows that a single mistake could cost her the kingdom and her life. Feyre is determined to survive, and that means uncovering the murderers herself. Until then, she cannot trust anyone, not her advisors, not the king's dashing and energetic, illegitimate son, not even her own father, who always wanted the best for her, but also wanted more power for himself. As Feyre's crown enemies close in and her loyalties are tested, she must decide if she is ready to rule, and if so, how far is she willing to keep the crown. So what I really liked a lot about the description was the fact was this girl loved science. She has her own laboratory. She had no interest in being a part of the court at all. She really just wanted to kind of further research and science, and I thought that was really interesting. Once again, now this cover makes sense with the bottle on it. And so this one sounds really interesting. I can't remember if there's any follow-up book to this one, but I really can't wait to read it. So now this next book is a part of a series, so I'm not going to give too much away for it if you are reading it at all, and I don't want to give away spoilers at all, but I'm super excited for this one, and it is Shadowcaster by Cinda Williams-Chima. This is part of her newest series, I believe. This plays after the Shattered Realms series. Oh, it's a Shattered Realms novel, but it takes place after her previous series, and I am super excited about this. I love this cover so much. I certainly think that Chima deserves a lot more hype and a lot more credit because her books are absolutely incredible. I've read a lot of them. So this one is book 2, and it takes place a generation after the events of, I think it was not the Air Chronicle, the Seven Realms. There we go. Okay, it's been a while. The way that she writes her fantasy novels is absolutely incredible. How intricate she makes her world, and how detailed she goes in with the magic and how it flows throughout her books. So definitely pick it up if you are interested. So that is the book haul for the month of December. So like I've mentioned before, the company is a book outlet, and if you are somebody who is on a budget but you love books, definitely check them out because you will save a lot of money on them. And also, I do want to mention that starting next week, next video, it's going to be part of a series that I'm going to be doing talking about popular genres in young adult literature. So I'm going to be covering a lot of interesting genres like fantasy, dystopic, contemporary, historical, and we're really going to kind of dive in and see what genres are just so lovely that make up the world of young adult literature. So I am super excited for that, and if you are interested, tune in next week for another session. With that being said, as always, everyone is allowed and welcome to join the book club. So if you are interested at all, want to talk about fun things in literature and just see unboxing videos and book haul videos, please don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you are reading at all, what book are you reading and which book are you most excited to be reading this winter time? So leave that down in the comments below, and I will see you all next week. Bye!